It's Lady Mina, and this time I'm here with a video about the guild hall, how to upgrade it, how to take care of it, what you're doing in there, what any of the rankings mean, all of that. And while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and cover Guild War. We're going to start with Guild War because, we're going to start with Guild Battle because it's on right now, and I want to get some prizes. So you can see I've been killed. It's Sunday, which means it's the third day that Guild Battle has been on. I have 1,000 gold, so I'm going to go ahead and buy the senior bag. So this is where you get energy for Guild Battle. You get it from the supply tab of the Guild Battle. You can see the Guild Battle map right here, and I'm just going to very quickly close all of these. Please take me back to Guild Battle. Thank you. I'm going to close all of those. See that I've been killed. I can come over here to notice and see who got me. Oh, maybe it isn't notice. Should it be event? It should be event. So I can see over here it was Kumori, who's another player on this server who got me last night. That's fine. I don't mind. They collected all of my small seeds, which once we get into Guild Battle, we can see up here. So we have two types of seeds in Guild Battle. We have golden seeds and we have locked seeds. Locked seeds you keep and they determine your ranking in the personal category. In the guild ranking though, that's determined by how many of these unlocked seeds you have as a guild. So that's important to know. That's the difference between the two different seed types. These ones can be stolen and these ones you keep forever. So last night I had 240 seeds stolen from me. Yoon over here actually did not steal all of those seeds. They, I believe, are in my guild, and I asked them to do that because they're stronger than me, and I was near death. So that's how to keep the seeds within your own guild, is to just go into chat and say, I'm in whatever square. Where is my message? Yep, here we go. I was trying to give my seeds to Yoon and I failed and killed them instead. So they came back and got me. Somebody can get me in square 16. So that's how you play that. Once we've got some, let's go into participate, and I'm going to go into supply. And I am going to purchase the senior bag because of these pass tokens. Pass tokens are given to, he's currently translated as the Mystic in game. We did not actually meet this person until chapter 60 or 65-ish in story. They are actually the court astronomer. And you can trade these blue tokens for wish lotuses, recruit tickets, coins, and EXP, I believe, are the things that he offers. I am after recruit tickets. I need them, or I'm sorry, not recruit tickets. I am after wish lotuses. So we're going to go into the main square. Now, the reason I went into this square right here, 25, and that square 16 are the only two squares that golden boxes can spawn in. You can see up here in the top corner that gold boxes are these red ones and the yellow ones are silk boxes. Oh, he's already spawned, perfect, and I'm going to go ahead and trade him for that wish lotus. You can get a total of 12 wish lotuses over the course of 3 days in Guild Battle. Oh, here we go, we've got a gold box, and I'm going to step out really quick and go over to the task list, because if you find a gold box, and it's worth finding at least one even if you're a low ranking player, is one of these hampers that gives you Guild Battle energy. So I've gone ahead and collected that, and there's a lot of different ones here, but I'm going to come down here and show you. Challenge Opponent 10 gives you another hamper, and Challenge Opponent 20 gives you another pass token. So you can purchase 3 pass tokens for gold in supply. So because there's 2 in the senior bag and there's 1 in the medium bag. So it's a total of 3 every day that can be purchased to trade for wish lotuses. So that's 9 lotuses a day for gold. And if you can find 20 people to attack every day, which I cannot, I'm very bad at that, you can get another pass token for 4 wish lotuses every day in Guild Battle. Wish lotuses are very hard to come by, so I recommend doing that. I'm gonna challenge this person, and I defeated them. Perfect. The reason I did that is because I want all of these gold boxes for myself. and I'm strong enough to fight everybody off. That's one of the strategies for Guild War. If you're a high-ranking player, you park yourself in one of the 2 squares that drops gold boxes when guild battle starts, and you start fighting everybody in there for the gold boxes. Now, let's take a look at why. Oh, yes. So your mates will also show up, and they will wear the outfits that you give them, and they will give you 1 golden seed and 1 locked seed, as well as EXP or EXP or coins. So we've got the Emperor there. Silk boxes give you 3 locked seeds. 3 golden seeds and 45 locked seeds. Now the locked seeds are the ones I'm after the most, and silk boxes are very good for that. Gold boxes, on the other hand, will give you 60 locked seeds, and we're going to find out how many golden seeds as soon as I open another one. Here's the Mystic. He pops up more often when there's fewer boxes left on the square. So you can see there's 13 boxes left up there, and I am the only participant in this square. If I were looking to fight people, I would look for boxes with a lot of participants in them. Okay, so silk boxes can also drop common jade. If you are trying to level your characters a lot, your servants, and you're running out of recruit tickets, you're running out of jades, you're running out of coins, go to guild battle every week and drop a lot of money. Okay, so golden seeds give you, golden boxes give you 4 golden seeds, and also 5-star debris or recruit tickets, and 60 golden seeds. So if you're looking to try to rank in the personal rankings, you want gold boxes. Here he is again. He's dropping elite pith, but I'm looking for wish lotuses. So let's see if I can get him to pop up with lotuses. Now that there's only 10 squares left, he's showing up more often. And here is my beautiful Lord Chu. I'm going to go ahead and hit no, and I'm just going to use all of my energy really quickly. Let's see if I can get him to give me more wish lotuses. It's the only thing I'm here for. Here he is. Perfect. So it's a little fun passcode that you and he share. So he says once bitten, and you have to finish with twice shy. So you're going to, okay. He also gives you elixirs, but I'm not willing to trade for that. He can give you recruit tickets, but I don't want those either. Another silk box, and that one had more 5-star debris in it. That's good. This one has EXP bags. Oh, do remember to empty out your EXP bags and coin bags. Yes, another lotus. When you need to, they show up in your bag. Here she is from the latest event with Lady Lou. Beautiful. Oh, she's back. You get sort of random people showing up. Especially when there's few boxes, you'll get more of your mates and more of the Mystic as the square empties. Just going to continue. Let me bounce over to the other square. You can see here, if you ever wondered what these blue cloud symbols are here in square 20 and square 37, those are where your guild members are. So you want to avoid going in there if you are, oh, here's another one on 8. So you want to avoid going in there if you are not trying to kill your guild members, which you should never try to kill your guild members. But if you're a very powerful player and you're just spamming the search bot option, you may want to avoid squares where your guild members are at. This can be impossible if there's a lot of guild members in the 2 main squares that drop gold. However, it's very useful to be within your own guild members if you are a lower ranked player, because they'll be able to. Let me show you what's available in some of the other squares, because these 2 have golden boxes, but not everybody does. These squares with just buildings on them contain silk boxes and wooden boxes, and then these ones that are empty have wooden boxes, and I'm actually not sure what that last one is. A rattan box, yes. So this one only contains 1 golden seed and 1 locked seed. So you really should empty out all of the squares with buildings on them, all of the squares with castles on them, and all of the squares with landscaping on them, because, I'll pop over here, you see this one has silk boxes, wooden boxes, and rattan boxes. So if you come over to task list, you can see that if I find 10 rattan boxes, I will get a prize. If I challenge 2 opponents, 5 opponents, 10 opponents, and 20 opponents, I get a prize. For opening a gold box, I get a prize. For opening silk boxes, wooden boxes, and for challenging 1 opponent. There's prizes for everything, and they're mostly all worth getting. I am actually going to pop back over here and I'm just gonna sit in here. I'm out of energy, but that's okay. Sitting in here sort of makes me a target, but that's fine by me. At this point, I'm not looking to collect golden seeds because I'm in the number 1 guild, and realistically, the other members of my team are pulling far more seeds than I do by challenging other people and stealing their seeds. So I don't really try for that very hard. Instead, I spend a lot of effort getting the locked seeds for the personal ranking. So you can see here my current rank is 4th on the server with 5,000 seeds. That's because I've spent 2,000 or 2,500 gold in the last couple of days, maybe closer to 3,000, purchasing bags, and my real goal is to collect the wish lotuses. I want more and more wish lotuses because I want desperately to pull in wish pools, and they're so difficult to get, and I can get at least 9 just from spending gold here every weekend, and so that's what I do every weekend. It has the added benefit of giving me a lot of recruit papers, a lot of coins, a lot of EXP, a lot of elite debris. I'm sorry, not elite debris, but 5-star elite, 5-star debris, and so on and so forth. And so guild battle is really the place to be, especially if you're a higher ranking person and you're running out of resources. This is the place to be. We're going to head over to exchange really quickly because that's the guild battle shop. You can see the guild battle costume is right here. I have already collected all of her. She's beautiful and definitely worth it. And I have 4,330 blue beads. Unfortunately, that's not enough to get a fate stone, which is what I am also after. So when you rank in guild battle, you will get more and more of those fate stones. So let's head over to the individual ranking for fate stones. If I could get first, I would get 6,000 of them. Second gets 4,800, third gets 42, fourth gets 4,000, and fifth gets 3,700. Currently, it's looking like I'm gonna go ahead and get, what's my rank? 4? 4. So I'll get 4,000 of those, and then my guild ranks first. So I'll get another 4,000 beads. Now, the fate stone is 4,500, so that means at most you can get, let's go back. So 4,500, and then the ranking is, if you are in the number 1 guild and you are number 1, you will get 4,000 plus 6,000, so you get 10,000, so you can still only buy 2 of those every single week. Why are they important? Well, if you are at purple star or higher, you need fate stones to evolve your servant. So let's take a look at what it'll take to evolve Li Bai. I need 10 fate stones. If we hop over to Shang Yu, I need 20 fate stones to evolve him to 3-star purple. The fate stones exist to slow down the top ranking players in order for them to it exists to slow them down so that they're not so far ahead of everybody else on the server that it's not fun to play anymore. I like that a lot. It's just genius mechanism. So let's head over to the guild hall, and we're going to take a look at what's going on in there. So first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is pay respects and collect my 25 gold for doing so. The next thing I'm going to do that's actually very, very important is to donate. Why is donating important? Because the donations give you guild assets and efforts. Efforts are up here in the top right corner. They are used in the guild store and the trophy shop. Those are your points. They're basically, well, not basically, they are the currency for the guild shop. You can see I have 33,000 of them because I donate every day and I challenge the bigwigs quite a bit. So I get a lot of those. I'm also going to go ahead and collect my finished tasks, which gives me gold, coins, EXP, and elixirs. I have a lot more tasks to complete, and I will complete all of them. And the reason being, with every task that you complete, you get efforts and you get influence. Influence is up here. It's the middle category. Influence is your guild's currency. It's used to level up the guild hall. Now, you as a guild leader would want to level up the guild hall. The reason being that the higher level your guild hall, the higher level your treasury. You can see we have everything unlocked. If I wanted to right now, I could buy Uranus level armor, which is very, very useful because at this point, most of my servants are onto Mars level armor, and that's skipping a lot of steps in evolution. And it took us quite a while to level up our guild to this point. You can see our treasury level is 15. So how do you level up your guild? Well, you click on your leader, and then we go over to develop guild. So you can see guild hall, bigwig hall, tasks, and treasury. You want to level your guild hall first because the other 3 categories can only be as high as the guild hall. That's to say, if my guild hall was level 4 and I wanted my bigwig hall to be 5, I can't do that until my guild hall has leveled up. It seems that we are in the process of finishing our guild hall, and if I wanted to, I could spend 8,000 gold in order to do it. I don't have 8,000 gold. We're just going to wait that timer out, and I think that's 174 hours. It takes a long time to do that, but more than that, it takes a lot of merits to do it. Sorry, not merits. What are they called? Influence. A lot of influence to do it. You can see we only have 81,000. Obviously, because somebody, more than likely Eve, who, by the way, thank you, Eve, for telling me how to run this guild and teaching me everything and sending me messages over Discord, because I don't know any of this stuff, even though I'm right here and I'm a deputy. Is that my level? Position. Let's go. Yeah, I'm a deputy, but I don't know how to run the guild hall. Eve and Lady Sheena do all of the running for us, so I just leave it to them most of the time. But thank you so much for telling me how to do this. So we're going to go back over here and we're just going to cover this again. So you can see at our level 15, in order to upgrade the bigwig hall, I need 8,096,000 influence. How do we get that much influence? Well, every single day, every single member of our guild donates, and that gives us a certain level of influence every day. So we currently have 49 out of 53 members. So we can multiply everything that we're about to talk about by 49 at the minimum to see how much each person is going to donate. You can see available donations is 360 out of 53. That's because I haven't donated yet. Every day we actually donate turquoise, and at the end of guild battle, because one of the prizes for guild battle is yellow jade, we donate yellow jade. Sometimes people will buy yellow jade for gold. In our guild hall, it's enough for us to just donate turquoise every day, because that gives 1,000 assets for every single one you donate, and since we donate 10 of them daily, we get 10,000 per person. So I'm going to go ahead and donate all of those quickly, which means I've just donated 10,000 to the guild, 10,000 influence. So let me scroll down and see where my name's at. Probably at the bottom. Yeah. So I've donated 10,000 influence. We can see here that Kyrian has donated 26,000. Shin has donated 28,000. They did that probably using a combination of yellow jades and turquoise. I could have donated the yellow jades and donated 80,000, but I'm going to save up and donate 100,000 tomorrow once I get my prize from guild battle. So if you do that, if you're doing that math, that's 10,000 per member, and I have 48 members in my guild. So that's 48,000 minimum influence that we create every single day, plus 10,000, 100. So if I donated 10 of the yellow jades, then I'm at 100,000. So 100,000 times 48 members, that's 4,800,000 that could be donated, or I guess 4,800,000 is probably better said as 4,800,000, right? Yellow jades, and then the green jades you can only purchase if you're a V6, and those are worth 100,000 each. They also give you more effort. So once I donate those, I'll get 250 effort for each one, and 2,500 effort for the green jades. I can't even purchase the green jades because I'm not V6. But if you as a guild are in need of influence, make sure that all of your members are donating. How can you tell who's donating? Well, you can click right here on the donation list and you can see, and you can also private chat everybody on there directly from here. So if we scroll down to the bottom, that should be everybody who's, so you can see everybody who's donated is close to the bottom. The day has only just started, so I'm not going to say anything to anybody who hasn't donated anything, and nor would I ever. But, well, that's not to say I would never. If I noticed that there were a few people consistently not donating or who were offline, we on our server have a rule that if you are offline for over a week and you didn't tell us you were going to be offline, then there's a good possibility that we're just going to remove you, because we need active members in order to sustain our top rank in the server. So you as a guild leader may wish to enact a set of rules like that. We always just post them in the guild chat. I don't think we've posted them recently, but we try to say it kindly, and we just remind everybody that those are the guild rules. Let's go ahead and cover the compete tab, and you can see Eve is our leader for that. She's deputy rank, and she's our compete. So you've probably seen this. We can check the damage ranking. If you are curious, you can see who's doing the most damage in your guild, and who's attacked the bigwigs the most. This affects how much you will receive at the end of the day as a prize. It's just an individual thing. So you can see Tia is going to get 200,000 coins and 2,000. I already forgot what those are called. Effort? Yes, 2,000 effort. So that's important if you are trying to collect a lot of effort, if you need to spend in the shop in order to buy something. Periodic awards are sent out automatically in guild trophy for you as a guild doing damage to the bigwigs. You can see all of the different levels have already dropped, basically because we do so much damage in our guild. Trophies. This is the shop, so you can just open the shop from in here and choose what to spend on. As you can see down here, I have 3 out of 9 available trophies for the week. Given that it's Sunday and the shop resets on Sunday nights, I'm going to go ahead and spend all 3 of those at once. I'm currently working on a water and fire team and wood in my backup, so I'm going to apply for 1 trophy from each. I've covered this in a lot of other videos, but trophy is a shared commodity with everybody in your guild. So you can see here there's 2 of the yin debris and 2 of the yang debris left, and 2 people have applied. So that means if I were to apply for one of those right now, I might not get it. If you are applying consistently for these higher level debris and you're not getting them, there's a possibility that there's too many people applying to them, and so there's no way to get them. You would want to talk to your guild members and see if you guys could set up like a weekly list where, 4 people apply on Monday, or I'm sorry, 2 people apply on Monday, 2 people apply on Tuesday, 2 people apply on Wednesday, and so on and so forth, so that everybody is shared equally, or however you want to do it. The store is your own personal resource. You spend efforts here as well, and you can buy all of these, and nobody else in the guild is going to suffer because you bought them, and it's not fair to anybody. It's not unfair to anybody for you to empty out your entire guild store if you want to. These items are for you and you alone to buy. So let's see, distribute events. So this is the events tab. I'm going to go ahead and shut everything off because this actually tells us about what's happening in the guild. So we can click on players and we can see that 2 days ago we got a new member, and 9 days ago we had a new member, and 10 days ago we had a member. So this just tells you who's joined, and if you hit tap to welcome new member, I've already done it. If you have not tapped that one, you get 10,000 coins for every single new member that's added to your guild. You can come over here and hit tap to welcome new member, and what it'll do is post in the guild chat, welcome player to join us. Now we are family, which honestly is kind of culty, but it's cute. So that's what the players tab is. So let's head over to rivalry. Your influence is actually how much currency you have in terms of guild hall currency. So you can see we have 81,000 influence right now, and that's because we just purchased a guild hall upgrade. So we're kind of poor right now. But our standing is still the highest because we are at level 15 in the strongest guild in general. So you can see the influence of all of the other guild members as well, or all of the other guilds. And so when you are attacking other guilds, where was I at? Event, rivalry. So you can see when they caused our influence to drop, that they actually were taking away our guild money. So when they used so reduce guild asset by 2,500. and then using influence to reduce by 20. So that's basically just removing our currency. There are a couple of other things that can be done, and this is called guild war, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but that's what rivalry is. Bigwig is complicated, but the bigwigs are over here in the bigwig hall, and you have a certain, oh no, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. They're over here in diplomacy, and these are a big part of your guild's ranking and your guild's power. And the reason being is each of these different bigwigs changes the buff that they add to your players. So if we take a look at the Emperor, you can see we are friends with the Emperor. We are, my guild is called Haven, and you can see how much love we have, hearts. I'm not sure what this is actually called. Friendliness level. So you can see our friendliness level is something about 1 million. And he gives something called final ED plus 10%. So ED is something that your servants do during fights. DR is also something your servants do during fights. You get 10% for having the Empress as your best friend. If you have the Empress Dowager as your best friend, she raises your attack by 10%. If you have the Princess, she raises your HP by 10%. If you have Lord Chu, he raises your crits by 10%. Lady Lu raises anti-crits by 10%. Lady Zhang gives you 5,000 attack power. Lady Jia gives you 25,000 attack. Lady Jia gives you HP 25,000. Lady Alan gives you 3,000. Wang Chan gives you 15,000. Yuanqing, the doctor, gives you 2,000, and Meng Qi Zhu gives you 10,000 HP. Obviously, you would want the ones that give a percent-based attack or a percent-based buff over a straight numerical buff. And the reason being, if I, at 4.7 million power, receive plus 10% HP or plus 10% crits, that's way more than I could get as just 5,000 extra attack. At my level, 5,000 extra attack is a drop in the bucket. But 10% is quite a lot. So that's why you want to team with as many of these percent-based guys as is possible. Now, you are not going to be the only person teamed with them. You can see here that there are also 2 other guilds partnered with Lord Chu. We actually have an alliance with this guild, whose name I'm not going to say because I don't want to get in trouble. And our alliance is basically that we will not alienate them. So alienate and befriend are different in this way. When you look at the alienate target, you can see that we reduce the effect. So alienate takes away 75% of his heart, or 75 of his hearts. And our target is this guild called Hell. I can change the target because I'm a deputy. I'm not going to do it though, because what that is we've got it set to the second highest, the second guild after us. What you don't want is for the guild behind you, or, well, it depends. So if you're in the top, you don't want the guild behind you to get enough of these hearts to overtake you. So what you'll do is you'll alienate a guild that's coming up behind you. So Hell is coming up behind us. They've got 700,000 and we've got 1 million. So what we would do is we would alienate them, and we have them set as our target guild because they're directly behind us. And what that does is for every single person on my guild who alienates the Emperor takes away 75 of their hearts. Remember, there's 48 members in my guild. So that's 75 every single time we alienate. And you can see I've got a maximum of 15 per day that I can befriend or alienate. Plus, it adds 100 hearts for every single one of us that does it, as well as gives us effort. There's also slander, which you can pay gold to do even more damage, and trick, which you can pay even more gold, but you have to be V5 to do even more damage and get even more effort. So if you're running behind on efforts, but you have a bit of gold to spare and you want to help out your guild, or if they're getting really close behind you, you may want to spend some gold and get it that way. Befriend doesn't do any damage to the opposing guilds. Befriend just raises your guilds. You can also pay gold here and get 710 hearts for every time you do it and 50 efforts. Or if you're V5, you can pay even more gold and do even more. So that's helpful. Ally will tell you what requirements you need in order to get that bigwig. So we at our level of guild can have 16 what's wrong with me? We can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bigwigs allied at any given time. That's the maximum so far. So if I click on ally, you can see that in order to get the Emperor as an ally, we have to reach 25,000 likability with him, guild influence of 8,000, and team protection time. I don't know what team protection time is actually. I'm not sure how to find that out, but you need these 3 things in order to befriend him, in order to be his ally. So you can see his other allies are listed here, and we can change them as targets. We're not going to do that. Our alliance with this guild right here means that we would not select them as a target because they are our ally. They will also not select us as target. That way it allows us to share the bigwigs more evenly. You as a guild leader may wish to discuss with other guilds in your server any sorts of alliances that you want to do because they're helpful. So for awards, we got 6,000 hearts when we added him, and he added this buff to our servants. I don't know what ally me. Well, we're already allies, so I assume my guild leader has already selected this, and we had a 72% chance of allying him, and we already allied him. Gold lore seems to be increasing your chances of allying that guild, that bigwig. See, teams 10 out of 10. I'm not sure what that means. There's only 6 that we can have, so I don't know what that's about. If I click on ally for her, you can see that her likability terms were much lower. She's an easier one to get. The Emperor is quite hard to team with. He requires a lot of effort to team with and a lot of effort to keep. A lot of these guilds, and you can see how much effort we put in to keep him since we reached 1 million likability with him, and we're not even anywhere close with any of the others. Oh, I guess we are really close with Lord Chu. So that's basically these guys. If you come over to your diplomatic record, you can see who has participated in diplomacy this week. So these are people who have not done anything in the guild so far, and this is everybody who has done something. So you can see I haven't, but Eve today has alienated 3 people, and if I click on it, I can see which 3 she alienated. That's very useful, and you can see what they're doing and make sure that they're not accidentally alienating an ally or causing problems. Now, what is diffidation? Oh, okay, so this gives you, okay, so this would give her up. I'm not going to do that. I am afraid to click on cancel. Oh, set the goal. So that's changing this. Okay, so you can set this scrolling bar up here to change who you are befriending and who you are alienating, and then what trophies, how you're handing out trophies. So at our guild, the total efforts come first. So that means whoever's completing all of their tasks and doing the orders and getting the most efforts for the day is the one who's going to get the trophies at the end of the day. That's how we chose to do it. But there are other options. Yeah, so please finish guild tasks and donate 10 times every day. You can choose to show those. Those are very important. You do want your guild members to do that. So there's total efforts come first, and then first comes first, and then none. So that's because that automatically works. So trophies are distributed automatically by the game at the end of the day. So depending on which one of these your guild leader chooses, that's how your trophies are distributed. They can be distributed automatically, or not automatically, but by your guild server, by your guild leader somehow. I don't have the authority to see that though, so I'm not sure how that works. So that's basically diplomacy, and that's the diplomatic record. That's diffidation is to give up on a bigwig. Cancel is to change the scrolling bar of bigwigs. Alienate will remove affinity from your target guild for that bigwig, and befriend only befriends that bigwig. Ally tells you what you need to do in order to get that bigwig or keep them. So that's diplomacy covered. Your daily tasks you just want to complete so that you can influence your guild and so that you can add efforts to your guild. Order is a little bit different. Okay, so order increases the likability of a certain bigwig for your guild. You can see we're only going to get 2,000 more for the princess this time. This is a lower ranking order. There are higher orders. I'm going to go ahead and donate just to get rid of that red dot that's annoying me. But my prizes are going to be common paper. I can use that to team and alienate bigwigs. And I can also get common papers from certain tasks in here. You need common papers in order to do this. So if I were to go ahead and alienate the Empress Dowager, I'm going to consume 3 of these common papers, and I can see how many I have in here. And I can get more from over here, and see I've just completed a couple of tasks. And once they're completed, they're gone. You can't see them anymore, but those are important. And I can get more from donating armor. I have a 2,000 likability for the princess. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you the screen that it looks like when you have more options, but you basically have 3 different bigwigs pop up on the screen, as well as a refresh and another option to select one of those 3 bigwigs to team up. And they have different levels of hearts. The 5,000 level one will net your team 200 gold at the end of the day for every member. This one's only going to give us 80 because the princess's likability is only going to be 2,000. So this is a lower level order. But these are very important. You want to select bigwigs that you're already teamed with or that you need to get more influence with. And you want to be more careful about who you're selecting so that you can more efficiently collect the bigwigs that you need for your team, for your guild hall. But it's pretty straightforward. You just select one of them. It costs guild influence to reset your choices. We often reset looking for one of the 6 people that we have and looking for the higher level orders. And if we can't find anything after a couple of resets, you only get 3. If we can't find anything, we usually just settle for whatever the best is, but sometimes you'll reset 3 times and you still won't get a very good order. You just take what you can get, really, because it's like everything else in this game, totally random. So that's all of those things. Now we're going to come back over to the leader and we're going to cover declare a war. So we do not do this really in our guild because we're the number 1 guild and we're the biggest guild. Sometimes people will attack us, but generally speaking on our server, most of the guilds are pretty chill, at least as far as the higher level ones like us and They Who Shall Not Be Named and Hell and some of the other ones you could see allied with us over here. Generally speaking, we leave each other alone and we only work on getting bigwigs because Guild War uses a lot of these common papers or gold or whatever this gold paper is that I think you have to item store. So I can purchase special paper to declare a war for 500 gold. I am not going to do that because that's a waste of gold. I don't see any reason to fight anybody else in our guild. You can see we have a hostile target set, but nobody's actually implementing these in our guild. Now, if you have a different type of server and there's a lot of guilds and you're all battling for bigwigs, then absolutely start a war with whoever you're fighting with to get these bigwigs. So, for example, if I were really close behind somebody, like, I don't know, let me see, is anybody close to each other? Yeah, so Lily and Sirius here, if Lily were to, for example, start a war with Ceres and they were able to lower their guild influence so much that they could take Wang Chan from them, that might be, useful. So if you're close enough behind another guild, you could set them as a hostile target. And what that means is every member in your guild has the possibility to use one of these 4 methods to lower their guild influence or lower their guild assets. So you can lower their guild assets by 2,500 or 25,000, or lower their guild influence by 20 or 200. And the difference is whether or not you spent 500 gold to buy the special paper or whether you're just using the common papers to do it. So that's a thing that people can do. However, the only people who can start that are the ones who are ranked at leader or deputy. None of the rest of these people can start a guild war, and that's probably for the best. You can see all of these different members. Lady Sheena is the leader. She has the most authority. Oh, let me actually click on that. Authority. So this will tell you about the different rankings that you have. So you can see the leader of the guild is the nucleus. So that's the leader. So they can do pretty much everything in the guild. They have the power to do everything. They are the guild leader. They can be impeached, but don't. If you're not fully sure about impeachment, don't, because you can't back out of it. And only like 5 people need to vote and that person is gone. Like they'll just be impeached right on the spot, and then they have to go get their position back if that's needed. I know in the Discord server we had a lot of people accidentally impeach their guild leader because they clicked on that and then it pops up in the chat for a vote, and then everybody votes without even reading what it says, and then the guild leader is just, they've been removed, they're gone. So be careful about using the impeach option, but it is useful if one of your if one of these people just stops playing the game one day. So a deputy can appoint a position lower than her own position, upgrade the guild, set team targets, distribute trophies, and so on. In my guild, that's me and Eve, and I am able to select the order for the day. I wasn't fast enough to do it. I'm also able to open the Empress. She's already been open for the day, but if she weren't, I could spend guild assets to do it. Now, while we're here, I should have covered this earlier, but the Princess opens up automatically at midnight every day, server time, but the Empress needs to be opened by somebody in the higher levels of the guild. And the reason being is that it costs quite a lot of guild influence to open her. Is something like 250k every single day to open her, and if you are at lower levels than our guild, that's a lot of guild asset, and you might not be able to afford to open her every day if you're trying to upgrade your guild. You want to upgrade your guild first so you can have a better guild shop, better tasks, and higher diplomacy, and then work on opening her every day afterwards, because at the level of guild assets that we get every day for 48 members, we can afford to open her every day without worrying about saving up for upgrades. Because like I said, we get, excuse me, I have the hiccups, because we get something like 48,000 guild assets every day, we're able to afford to open her without worrying about it. But if you're at a lower level, you may want to skip opening her, even though it's very, very useful to have her open, because it allows your guild members to get better armor and better prizes and some gold from attacking her. So that's the trade-off. After a certain point, if you can afford to open her every single day. Don't skip out. She's worth it, because that's 2 extra free attacks on a bigwig that your guild gets every single day. Plus the 3 you can get for each of these, for a total of 10 attacks on a bigwig if you want to spend, see, how many gold is that? 50, 50, 50, 150 plus 200. If you spent, or 300, so 150 plus 300, we're looking at 550 gold. If you want to spend that every single day fighting these, you'll get some really good armor out of that. Definitely worth doing though. Where was I? We were back over in members. So you definitely want to open that up, so only the deputies and the guild leader can open her. So let's go down to manager. A manager can appoint guild elites and upgrade the guild, so that's useful. Vice diplomats can delete guild members and team bigwigs. Bugwigs, they still haven't fixed that bug. Typo. So vice diplomats are pretty low, and then elites can approve others to join the guild. So everybody down here can approve people. Actually, everybody in the guild leadership position can approve new members. And then vice diplomats can delete guild members and team bigwigs, and everybody higher than them can also delete guild members and team bigwigs. And then a manager can appoint guild elites and upgrade the guild. Diplomats can appoint the vice diplomat, so they can so if I wanted to, I could switch out Dahlia and Raylan here. I'm not going to do that, but I could because I have the power to do it. And then a deputy can appoint a position lower than her own, upgrade the guild, set team tasks, distribute trophies, and quite a lot of things. Oh, it says I can distribute trophies. How do I distribute trophies? I don't know where that is. If I go over to distribute, does it say? No, I'll have to figure that out, because there is a way to manually distribute the trophies, but I don't know what it is or where to find it. But I think that's everything covered in the guild hall and the guild war. And guild battle, I'm sorry, I keep calling it. But yes, we've covered guild war, developing the guild, the different levels of members, and all of the different events. Did we cover consume? Okay, yeah, so you can see here that Eve has opened up the Empress, and she paid 200,000 guild funds to do it. And you can see, I've done it recently. Yeah, so a couple of days ago, I was the one who opened her up. So you can see that over here in consume. So if you're wondering who it was that opened up different guild things, who does everything around your guild, you can see that here in consume. And then if we go over to distribute, you can see who got the yin yang debris. That's very difficult to get because only a few people can get them. I can see Eve approved. So Eve knows how to do this automatically, and I should have asked her how to do it and where she found it, but I didn't. There is a way to automatically, or not automatically, but manually distribute the trophy items. We never do it. We almost never do it. We just let the guild hall do it automatically. But if the guild hall doing it automatically is messing things up for your guild, you can have one of your higher level guild members take care of it. You can see at our level 15 guild, we have 49 out of 53 members, so we could get more people. And the way you do that is you come over here and you have people apply to your guild. And you can change what level and requirement people need in order to join your guild. You can even, you can set the power level, you can set what grades. So if you only wanted people in grade 2 or higher, you could do that, and whatever level you wanted. I'm not going to mess with that. There's nobody applying, so hitting ignore doesn't do anything, but we can change our application from status, power, and level to see who's the strongest person if you have a lot of people applying. We don't, because we are an old server and she's a little dead. We're running out of people to play the game in our server because they keep making new servers instead of populating the old ones. But that's adding people to your guild, and that's over here in members. Edit. Oh yeah, see, I could kick people out from the guild because I have the second highest level. If I wanted to, I could do stuff, but I'm not gonna, because I like everybody in my guild and I don't want to start a fight. I think that's absolutely everything in the guild hall. This is another hour-long video. Oh my. I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful. The guild hall is one of the most complicated parts of the game, and so important, because your guild determines your strength in a lot of different ways. So if I come over here to power, befriend bigwigs to gain buff, you can see that of my 4.7 million power, almost 500,000 of it is just from my bigwigs. That's just from my guild power. So having a powerful guild does a lot for your team members. And it does a lot for your strength. My real power is somewhere close to 4.3 million, because if I were to switch to one of the other guilds right now, that's how much power I would lose. So keep that in mind, guild leaders. Keep that in mind, guild members. And have fun. Hope this helps. See y'all later. Like and subscribe. Bye.